Hello, I'm Uta from What Do Japanese Eat at Home. In today's video, I'm going to talk about one of the basic ingredients in Japanese food, yet not really seen in other culture, which is dashi. Dashi is full of umami or good tastes and is used in so many Japanese dishes. Dashi is basically a Japanese version of soup stock. You take vegetable soup stock out of vegetables. You take chicken soup stock out of chicken. What do you think dashi is taken out of? Or dashi is made out of? It's actually not just one thing. Dashi literally means out juice. You use any kinds of ingredients to take the juice / dashi out. So technically, those vegetable soup stock and chicken soup stock are also dashi. But when we refer to those, we say vegetable dashi or chicken dashi. If you encounter a recipe that just says dashi, it is usually fish dashi. Some people really take dashi out of fresh or dried fish, but it's not something that most people do at home. There are many forms of dashi. Granulated or sachets are the most common ones. Let me show you what I use at my home. And hey, I just brought instant dashi that I've been using for the last few years. Yeah, it is a dashi that normal Japanese family use at home. We don't make dashi from scratch. We use these instant powders or sachet, and let me explain each. So, okay, these two, okay, these two, oh, these are the same. These two are a little different to other dashi. These are used for like Western cookings in Japan. So it says soup stocks for Western dish. So when we use like a Western style vegetable soup, tomato soup, that kind of things, we use them. So I think I don't really need to explain about these. So I'm going to explain about those Japanese soup stock or dashi. The dashi. Oh, this one is okay. This one is also a slightly different one. So this is. It can be used for Japanese dish, but it's also vegetable dashi, and we tend to use like a chicken soup stock, a vegetable soup stock for Western dishes. So we normally don't really use it for like a Japanese food, unless that's like a westernized Japanese food. For example, omelette rice, or curry rice. Both are like a Western and Japanese fusion dish, so we use this kind of dashi to make that, but we don't really use it for traditional, authentic, well, not authentic, I don't know the word, like a classic Japanese food. So these are the dashi, like finally, Japanese dashi, and I have a lot of them. I have two types of dashi, and these three dashi are powder form, so granulated. Is it the word? Granulated? Let me search. Okay. So these are powder form, so granulated dashi. And these two are also powder technically, but it comes with like a bag or sachet. So there's a powder inside, like a flakes inside, but you don't tear this bag down. We just put like whole bag into water and shimmer it for like a few minutes to make the dashi broth soup stock. This one is ago dashi. Ago is a type of fish, and let me search how you can say that in English. Oh, ago is flying fish. Flying fish. It's called flying fish because it jumps like it's flying on ocean, and it's a picture of that fish. And actually, it's almost running out. I don't really have left over here, but this is like this. It smells fishy. And so in order to make dashi broth, dashi soup stock from this powder, this granulated dashi, it says on the package, but it says add 1 heaped tablespoon of this powder in 800 milliliters of water, and yeah, that's how you make it with this one. And the ingredients for this is salt, fish powder, sugar, I think a type of MSG, kelp powder, dried mushroom powder, or maybe, yeah. Kelp and dried mushrooms are also the common ingredients to make dashi in Japanese food, so this one uses both. And this one is also the flying fish dashi, and the ingredient for this is salt, flying fish powder, sugar, a type of MSG, kelp powder, dried mushroom extract. It doesn't say like, it says extract, so extract powder. So maybe it's the same. It says 2 heaped teaspoon of powder for 800 milliliters. So I think these are almost the same. And it's not open, so I'm not gonna open this, but I will use this up soon, so then I'm gonna use this one. And so as for this one, this is not a flying fish, it's this type of dashi is the most common one, and the most popular one is the one from Ajinomoto, but I prefer this one. I used to buy this when I was in the UK. The supermarkets sold this one too, or Amazon, so I think you can find this. And this is like there are 18 bags in this. There were 18 bags in this box, but right now I've used most of them, so I only have like 2.5 bags. I'm gonna open this one. This is more like fine powder, like almost ground powder. So I think it contains more. It is more saltier than these, if you use exactly the same amount. And it smells better, personally. The ingredients for this one is, oh no, okay, I'm gonna explain how to make dashi out of this. It says 1 tablespoon of this dashi powder in 6 milliliter water, and you can make that soup. And the ingredients for this is sugar, salt, katsuobushi, Bonito, I think it was Bonito powder, Bonito extract, a type of MSG and some other seasonings. It doesn't say, but it says seasoning. So these were powder form of dashi, and that's one of the most common ones in Japan. These are, as I already showed you, with this sachet. Do you call this sachet or bag? It's like paper. And this one is kind of fancy brand and a popular brand in Japan. My mom's friend gave this for me and I've been really liking this. It says put this one bag in 400 milliliter water and then heat it up and bring to a boil, and then shimmer it for 2 to 3 minutes over medium heat. That's how you make dashi with this one. And the ingredient for this is Bonito dried sardines, and flying fish again, and grilled flying fish, and sardine again, and a kelp. So many kind of like ocean flavors. And then I think it's type of MSG, salt, and powdered soy sauce and other seasonings. And this one, I haven't opened this yet, so I'm not gonna open this, but so normally dashi contains salt. This one contains salt, this one contains salt, this one contains salt, this one contains salt, but this one doesn't contain salt. So you can adjust the amount of salt by yourself, and also this one, it doesn't contain MSG, so if you are like health conscious or something, it's better to use something like this. In order to make soup stock out of this, you need 1 bag for 6 milliliter water. It depends on what dish you will make, and normally recipe says how much you might need. And the ingredient for this is Bonito, dried sardine, kelp, dried mushroom. I don't know if it's dried, but I think it's dried. But it says shiitake. It's a type of Japanese mushroom. And then, aji. That's also a type of fish. Horse mackerel. It says horse mackerel, so maybe it's horse mackerel. And yeah, these are the dashi. What does dashi do? So now let me talk about what does dashi do. Dashi is flavor. Let's put it this way. If you want to make soup, if you put salt to water and heat it up, it will not taste nice. If you add more salt to season the water, it will be salty but not be tasty. So what you do to make soup is to add, for example, chicken soup stock cubes in the water. Maybe you want to add some chunky ingredients to bite, but that's how you make soup, right? I think that is the same in Western culture too. The most popular Japanese soup is miso soup. Miso has flavor, but not that strong as dashi. So the role of miso is very similar to salt. You don't want to only add salt to the water, and you don't want to add only miso to the water. More you add miso, more it will be just salty. So you need dashi to make it tasty, make it has some taste. You make dashi soup and dissolve miso to it. That's how you make miso soup. And also you want some other ingredients like tofu or kelp. Tofu or kombu, like a type of seaweed, as the ingredients. That's all for today. Next video will be about how to make a simple miso soup. So see you in my next video, and I hope you have a good day. Bye!